everyone, and as promised I'm here today with my winter skincare favourites, and I thought I'd kind of make it a little bit more interesting by narrowing it down to 5. So I've had a look in my kind of stash of things I've been using, and I definitely believe in changing your skincare kind of according to how it's feeling, and a lot of the times that does mean changing it seasonally because, for example, I used to have oily combination skin. Now it's just kind of combination. I just get oily kind of midday throughout the centre of my face, but when it gets cold my skin has actually gotten really dry, and I've had quite a few kind of patches of really dry skin on my eyelid and a little bit on my cheek, and just a little bit of kind of changes in terms of the texture of my skin. So I do like to kind of change the products accordingly and definitely work with products that kind of help combat the issues I'm having at that time. So in the summer your skin might be more oily, for example, and you want more mattifying products. You just have to work with how it's going. That doesn't mean buying a whole new set of skincare. The things I'm going to show you are just little changes you can add. So the first thing that I'm going to talk to you about is switching up your cleanser. Now in the summer I like to kind of use a scrub sometimes, and I like to kind of use things that make your skin feel a lot more clean, because your skin does get a lot more oily and the humidity kind of can make your skin feel a little bit congested. In the winter, however, my skin really needs something a bit more nourishing because it can feel kind of very dry and a little bit sore even. And I've been using the Body Shop Chamomile Sumptuous Cleansing Butter. It looks really funny when you look at it in the tin because it's a very solid butter. It's not kind of like your average cleansing balm in that it doesn't feel oily, but once you rub it into the skin, it's very light. It's a very light texture, so I think it would be good for oily skins. However, I do think one of the ingredients in this is shea butter, which I know can be problematic for certain skin types. I haven't had any problems with it at all, but if you have got kind of acne prone skin, that is something you might want to bear in mind. And it has a really kind of silkiness to it, like the cleansing oil that they do, and it's very emollient and you can really work it into your skin. I like to take my makeup off with just a regular oil, and then I'll use this as a double cleanse, and it's amazing. So incorporating a cleansing balm, preferably in the evening, because in the daytime it can kind of cause a bit of smudging with your makeup, works amazingly. Then the next thing is in terms of brightening your skin, and it is important to still exfoliate, but sometimes your skin can be a little bit sensitive and a little bit sore, and exfoliating too much can just aggravate that even more. So what I have been using on the recommendation of Caroline Hirons, I think it wasn't on her blog I saw it, but it was a video she'd made for another channel, and it was the Clearasil Daily Clear Superfruit Refreshing Pads. And these are just basically exfoliating face pads. I'll show you what they look like. I looked for these for ages in lots of different places, so that's what it looks like, and you can see it's kind of soaked in the solution. And I looked for these for ages and ages, and the one place I found them was Morrison's, so that is something to bear in mind if you can't find them, because I know it took me ages to find them. And they've basically got different fruit acids that help to kind of exfoliate your skin, but they're not very harsh. They're not that classic Clearasil burns your face off type of product. They're a little bit more gentle and very effective at kind of smoothing and brightening any bumps and that kind of thing. I wouldn't recommend putting them on really flared up skin, but if you just want a quick kind of brighten and to just zhuzh your skin up a little bit, these are fantastic. And then speaking of zhuzhing your skin up a little bit, I have been loving the L'Oreal Skin Perfection Anti-Fatigue Perk Up Cream. If you've watched my videos for a while, pretty much everything from the Skin Perfection line I love. It just really works with my skin. I've got the serum coming soon. I used that up and I did really miss it, and I was kind of vowing to use up all the other serums, but I just really didn't feel like any of the ones I had were great morning serums for how my skin is at the moment. I didn't buy it though. I didn't break the no by January. I had an Amazon voucher. But this is basically a cream, a day cream that really perks up your skin. It's got kind of a really brightening, illuminating quality to it. Your skin looks lovely even if you're just wearing this and you're not someone that likes to put makeup on top, although it does look amazing under makeup, because it kind of gives the skin a little bit of a luminosity that your skin might be lacking during the cooler months. So really recommend this. I think it's got an SPF of 20 as well. I'm pretty sure. It doesn't say it on here, but I'm pretty sure on the packet it does. So it protects your skin a little bit as well, even though when it is a little bit warmer I will switch to something with a higher sunscreen than this, but really like it, and it definitely perks up fatigued looking skin, just like the name suggests. And then the next thing is more a lip product, and I've only had this for a while, but I've been using it every day and I've really been feeling a difference. At first I kind of thought that it was making my lips feel a bit weird at the sides, but I think it was just because they were just really dry. But it's the LUSH lip scrub in Popcorn. looks like this. I will show you what the actual thing looks like. So it's just kind of granulated sugar. You could so easily make this to yourself, to be honest. It's a bit of a rip-off that they charge like £6 for it. But you just take a little bit of this, scrub it on your lips in the morning before you cleanse your face, and it really helps to get rid of all the kind of little dry flaky bits. And especially if you wear darker lip colours during the winter, which is something that I do tend to do, then I like to kind of scrub my lips first. Today I'm wearing MAC's Impassioned lipstick, for example, and you really need to scrub your lips first, because if you've got any bits of dryness and then you put a really pigmented lipstick, say a red or something like that on top, it looks bitty and it just looks really not very nice. So I really like having that in my routine, and I kind of think I'll always have a lip scrub in from now on. And then last but not least, this is a little bit unusual, and it's a face brush, and I do tend to use these more during the summer, kind of on a daily basis, but when in the winter, because my skin can get a bit red and a bit kind of dry, I don't like to use them all the time. I'll use them kind of 2 or 3 times a week. The one I've been testing out recently, which I like, is the Magitone. I think this is called the Magitone Eclipse. First of all, it looks so gorgeous. I mean, the colour of it, it's coming off more like, I'm just looking in the viewfinder, it's coming off a little bit more red on camera. It's actually more of like a burnt orangey colour. It's gorgeous. And put a little bit of a cleanser, not something really stripping and soap like, just a nice gentle cleanser. I like the, that came out a weird accent, I like I'm a builder or something. I like the Clarins Daily Energize cleanser with this, but it's got different settings on. So my favourite thing to do is this setting right here. You can see if I turn it on. So it starts to kind of do that, and then you can select the settings you want, so different strengths, different types of thing. But the top one's my favourite. It kind of pulses and it gets really into the skin and makes your skin feel really cleansed in the areas that can still get a bit congested. So for me, that's always my chin and my nose. I can get kind of the odd blackhead and the area can just get a bit congested. A couple of times with this, and it doesn't, it helps to really kind of clear everything out of your pores. Definitely recommend it. It's around the same price point as Clearasil. I think I will link it down below, or maybe slightly cheaper. I think it's about £100, but it's definitely a really nice one, and it's kind of got functions on it that are slightly different to the Clearasil. But yeah, I still love the Clearasil as well, but this is a nice alternative. And that is it. Those are my top 5 skincare products for winter. I was going to say for Christmas then. I've still got Christmas on my brain. It's only like 300 and something sleeps till Christmas. Did you know that? But yeah, I will love you and leave you now, because I have got to go and tidy up my house, because I normally do it on a Friday when I'm off, but I've got to go and do something tomorrow. Well, I don't know when you'll be seeing this video. I'm just rambling on and boring you with the boring details of my life, because my life is genuinely quite boring. But yeah, I hope you all have a great day. Let me know what your top winter products are. I do like having a facial oil, but I do that in the summer sometimes as well, just because I like how it feels. So let me know what your favourites are, and if you've tried any of these products as well, I would love to know. And yeah, just generally any product recommendations you've got, and have you tried anything from the L'Oreal Skin Perfection line, because it's really nice. But I hope you'll have a fantastic day. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, because that would make me very happy, and I will see you all in my next video.